wise man explained to his grandson that it was time for him to learn the ways of evil men, that he might know how to guard against them. And so, with the boy astride the little donkey, the old man walking along, followed by the little dog, they slowly made their way along the road leading to the big city. The wise one stopped along the way. "Come here, son of my son. I wish to show you something." And the old man opened his palm to show the boy 4 silver coins. "Mark well these coins, for here lies the power of good and the power of evil." And then they continued on their journey toward the big city. "Halt! Where do you travel to, strangers?" cried the fierce guard. "Do you not know no one is allowed to pass this way by order of the Caliph?" "Kind sir, we are but poor people. We travel to the city to buy our food." "Surely the great Caliph would not have his people go hungry. We will be but a short time in the marketplace. Let us pass, in the name of Allah." "No," replied the guard. "You cannot pass. My orders are to let no one enter the city. But perhaps I may make an exception if..." "Well, old man?" "An exception? Perhaps. I am but a poor old man, but if it must be so, well, here is a silver coin." And so the wise man learned. It was true that even the guards to the city could be bribed. And as they journeyed along a pathway by a wall covered with grapevines, the donkey paused to take a leaf from a vine. "Who dares pluck the leaves from my vine?" "Only this poor hungry animal, kind friend." "The beast has damaged the tender grapevines. Who shall bear the cost?" "For chewing one grape leaf?" "One grape leaf or a whole vineyard, it makes no difference." "I see that kindness and charity have vanished also," said the wise one sadly, and he gave the second silver coin to pay for the damage. And in each one of the travelers, man and beast, sadness crept into their hearts, for they knew that without kindness and charity, the people were cruel indeed. At last they approached the gates to the city. And as they entered within the walls, they could hear across the sky the wail of the muezzin, high in the far-off minaret, calling the faithful to prayer. And the wise one bade his grandson to kneel down for his prayers. But the smell of cooking rice had attracted the little dog, who was very hungry from his long journey. Grandfather, look, cried the boy. Here is food. There is plenty. I see, O son of my son. Allah has answered our prayers. Come, we will fill our sack with rice. We shall not go hungry this day. And as the people arose from their prayers, the merchant noticed what had happened to his pot of rice. He shouted with rage at the dog and the boy. The boy yelped in surprise as the merchant kicked him. Let us lose ourselves in the crowd until his anger cools, said the old man. The wise one and his grandson sought to find some quiet place where they could rest and partake of food. Just then the merchant looked in. So you thought you would hide from me after you had stolen my rice. Peace unto you, good merchant. I am but an old man, and this is but a boy. We have traveled far, and we are hungry. It is not my concern, but the rice we took and spilled to the ground. According to ancient custom, such food belongs to the poor. I hold not with ancient custom. The rice must be paid for. Grandfather, said the boy, can we not pay him with a silver coin? A silver coin? But where would you find such riches? I sought to find charity yet alive, but here is the silver. But first, good merchant, know the full value of what you accept, for even as its beauty gleams in the sunlight, so does it cast its shadow. How shall you use it, for sunshine or shadow? And the old man parted with the third of his silver coins. And on they went until they found a shaded place to eat their food in peace. But not for long. What shall we do now, grandfather? Asked the boy. It's not safe here, grandfather. You are right, my boy. We will search for another place to eat our meal. And as they walked, they passed by the merchant's table as they were having their afternoon meal. Look, grandfather, look. This is place enough here in the shade. I fear we would hardly be welcome here, said the old man sadly. Follow your grandfather, boy. There is a patch of shade. At least it is cast by our own beast. Come, we will sit there and rest. But one of the merchants had witnessed the scene. The townspeople stared in surprise at what had happened, while some of the other merchants laughed in amusement. The grandfather clutched the frightened boy in his arms. If it pleases the boy to throw things, perhaps we should show him how it is done. Show the boy. And a special gift for you. What say you now? Sneered the assistant. And the frightened boy looked up at his grandfather for help. For shame, cried the wise one. Then the old man looked up at the heavens and lifted his voice plaintively. Almighty Allah, look down upon the greed and wickedness throughout this land. They practice not the charity and kindness of old. The townspeople looked on silently at the wise one. And the old man continued relating how word had come to him out in the desert that wickedness and greed flourished in the land. He told of how many were going hungry for lack of money. The merchants have lied to you, saying there is not enough food. Here, look, see for yourselves. Their jars flow over with enough for everyone. See? And the people of the town were amazed to learn this truth from the wise men. Here, touch. See for yourselves. It is real. You are right, old man, said the merchant. There is enough rice for everyone, but not as the silver to pay for it. Am I to feed the whole town? The merchant looked about him at the many faces, as if expecting to hear an answer from one of them. Is there no charity in your heart? Asked the wise one. Were you not poor once? Did they not help you in your leaner days? You may yet want to call upon your neighbors as friends someday. Silver is my friend, a fair-weather friend. Yes, a fair-weather friend. Little comfort when grief silences your voice or woe bends your spirits. The words of the wise men fell on their ears like thunder, but still some merchants did not take heed. Here, cried the old man, here, enough silver to feed all the hungry, a silver to feed all your greed. And magically, his less silver coins changed into many pieces, and the greedy merchants fought each other in their haste to gather up the silver coins. The townspeople sensed that it was time for the wise man to be leaving. Peace unto you, O wise one. We thank you for showing us our greed and teaching us of charity again. And the people made their farewells to the wise one. The greedy merchants, too, seemed to realize the wickedness of their greed. And so, once again, the old man, his grandson, his faithful donkey, and their dog began their journey homeward.